The rule of thirds. You've probably come across the rule of thirds, but you might not be too familiar with it, or you might not know what exactly it means. For a long time, I myself didn't know much about it, but when I learned about it, I was able to take my photographs to the next level. The rule of thirds is all about creating visually appealing compositions, and you can easily do that with the help of a few guidelines. I'll teach you all about that in this video and more. Let's dive in. The rule of thirds, according to Adobe, is a composition guideline that places your subject in the left or right third of an image, leaving the other 2/3 more open. Essentially, what this means is you need to place your subject in a specific area of your photograph to make your compositions look better and to make your overall photograph look more appealing. So you can easily achieve this with the help of a few guidelines or a grid overlay in your camera, and we'll talk more about that a little later. Here are two photographs. As you can see, they feature the same subject and they were taken in the same location. The only difference is that the subject is in different parts of the composition in each shot. Whether you like one more than the other completely depends on your preferences, but the photograph on the right was taken using the rule of thirds, and the photograph on the left was just taken without the rule of thirds. The subject is centered. So this is the main difference between a photograph that's just taken without any rules and a photograph that's taken using the rule of thirds. Just keep this in mind as we talk more about this compositional guideline. You can use the rule of thirds very effectively if you're working in an area with a lot of space. Negative space is essentially space where the subject is not filling the frame, and that can be distracting sometimes, but it can make a photograph stand out even more if you use the rule of thirds. If you place your subject strategically in your composition, then everything will work together in harmony. And so if you are working in an open, empty space, in a field, on an empty beach, anywhere where there's just not a lot going on, then definitely use the rule of thirds. To make things easier for you, you can use a grid overlay or a grid display. This is pretty much accessible in every camera, even smartphone cameras have this. Just turn it on. As you can see here, I turned it on in my Canon 5D Mark II. And now you can easily take photographs that follow the rule of thirds and that look visually appealing. Place your subject on any of those intersecting points, any of those thirds, and see what a difference it makes in your photographs. You can place it on any of those intersecting points. Doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need to be exactly in that point, but if it's in that area, it's good enough. And again, experiment with different ones. Don't just stick to one. See what works best for you, challenge yourself, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of interesting results. I hope you enjoyed learning about the rule of thirds in this video. As I said earlier in this video, I learned so much when I finally understood what the rule of thirds means. It seems really complicated as a term, rule of thirds, but in reality, it's fairly easy to master. You just need to practice and practice. So this week, take some time to practice the rule of thirds, try something new, and make sure, of course, to share your results with us and to receive feedback from a very passionate group of professional photographers. If you want to join our online community, make sure to click on the link in the description. See you next week.